The nation unites. Street parties, royal receptions and a military flypast kick off the 80th anniversary of VE Day celebrations. Today, historic landmarks will be lit up.
You may recall a stunning display of poppies here at the Tower of London in 2014. Well, today, 30,000 of those poppies are back to mark the 80th anniversary of VE Day.
Today, the Queen will visit the Tower of London and see the ceramic poppies. They were last on display there in 2014. This time, they've been laid out to resemble a wound at the heart of the tower, which was itself bombed during the Blitz. Buildings across the UK will be lit up tonight to mark VE Day, including Stormont in Northern Ireland, the Kelpies in Scotland and Cardiff Castle in Wales. It's part of 4 days of commemorations to reflect on a hard-fought victory.
Now, on May the 5th, 1945, the Nazis' control over the Netherlands came to an end following a brutal 5-year occupation.
The anniversary is now marked with a national holiday, with British veterans celebrated for their role in what's become known as Liberation Day.
Well, Breakfast John Maguire has travelled to the city where the German capitulation was signed 80 years ago to see how those veterans are being honoured.
From its rooftops to its curbsides, Barkininigan was packed to the gunnels. More than 120,000 people turned out to see the British and Canadian veterans carried through the city's streets. Their currency, flowers, homemade cards, sweets, but mostly just one sentiment: thank you.
It's a very important event to celebrate 80 years of freedom. I think it speaks for itself if you look into the world. So, yeah, important to share.
The crowds were delighted and the veterans thrilled with their reception.
Very emotional. We don't know what they went through in England, and they never experienced it.
Yeah.
You know.
Allied and Dutch flags were raised and waved, where 80 years ago Nazi swastikas had loomed large and menacing over this city, where the German capitulation was signed on this day in 1945. Dorothea Brown had lied about her diminutive height to enable her to join the Women's Royal Naval Service.
Thank you.
Today, she was a giant.
It's wonderful, and they're all so nice and so pleased to see us and so kind.
Lots of the girls have made special dresses for the occasion.
May the 5th, Liberation Day, is one of celebration here, as it was in 1945, described by the BBC's Robert Dunnett in Amsterdam.
Whenever they see an Allied soldier, incidentally, they seize him, they lift him right up into the air, and they wave him about to show him to the crowd.
From those too young to understand to those who were there. And remember, this is about stories, about history being passed down the generations.
Since I was very little, we make a flower bouquet with my grandma, and we give it to the old veterans.
Okay. And which colours?
In red, white and blue.
Very good. Colours of liberation. And why do you do that?
To celebrate freedom and to thank the people for what they've done for the country and for us.
The theme of this year, give freedom to the others, and that's what my parents gave it to me. I come from Wageningen, and then I gave it to my children. So it's very nice tradition.
I love you. I love you.
George Brewster is 102. He was a Spitfire pilot with the Royal Canadian Air Force.
It was like a dream for me. I look up to this man. I want to be in the Air Force too for my country. And yeah, I don't know what to say. It's really, it means something to me. Yeah.
The people here were overrun by ruthless mobsters from under Hitler, who had no right to be here, and they intruded on your kindness and hospitality and the people you are, but you regained it, and I'm glad. And I know those lay in the beds with the crosses on them. They need to be remembered.
Did you? Yeah.
And Marie Scott is here with her granddaughter, Bryony.
It's the most incredible thing that's ever happened to me.
Really?
Well, not just to me, but you know, I'm speechless for once.
It's just totally surreal and incredible to see this many people out on the streets showing their gratitude, all with smiles, enjoying themselves. It's just, I don't think I'll certainly never experience this again in my life, but it's just lovely to see the gratitude and the welcome that they're giving the veterans.
This was a day about families. Ronald Butcher's here as a surprise from his daughter Christine.
And he says, so what is the surprise trip then? He says, we're going to the Netherlands for Liberation Day. And he's just blown away by this.
He had lied about his age to join the Merchant Navy at just 15 years old.
Terrible thing to go around that cemetery. The people, the men and women and children that were murdered by the Nazis. Oh.
What do you think of war? What do you think about war?
Terrible thing. Terrible thing. I'd like to see that in years to come the United Nations get together and stop it all.
So an exhausting but exhilarating day for the 14 brought here by the Taxi Charity for Military Veterans. Liberation Day is a national holiday in the Netherlands, one which clearly means so much to a people who spent 5 years under tyrannical rule. It's a day they vowed to never forget and always to remember those who set them free. John Maguire, BBC News, Wageningen.
What incredible pictures and what a turnout.
All those people cheering them.
A small town, but they're absolute heroes. Great
gorgeous.
to see that. Now, ahead of this week's 80th anniversary of VE Day, the BBC has been gathering first-hand accounts of those who played a part in the victory of Europe as efforts continue to document their stories for future generations.
One of those is Pat Shepherd, who, as part of the Women's Royal Naval Service, was asked to drive high-ranking Nazi officers across an airbase after they'd flown in to surrender top-secret German military plans. This is her story.
Today is Victory in Europe Day.
This was the moment we'd all been waiting for. Enormous crowds had gathered outside the House and all over the centre of London to hear the end of the war in Europe officially announced by the Prime Minister.
God save the King.
We had no newspaper, no telephone, nothing. So how did we know? People outside that base knew much more than we did. We had no news of the war, hardly ever. Word of mouth. Right, that's about it. We were all told, if we're in the control tower, to keep out of sight, out of the way. I was not contacted. I didn't even know what for until I got there. Then an officer came out and asked me if I would be willing to drive some German officers. I could have refused. Some of the naval men, and they wouldn't do it, you see, German. I just did it. I thought, curious. I was just nervous. I was still young. I wasn't scared. Why should I be on my own territory with a naval officer with me? No. I came from Norway, but did I know that? Didn't nobody knew that for 30 or 40 years. Imagine all those years of not knowing. So half my life I've been in ignorance. Yes, so that was life in the Wrens. And yet, we seem to look happy, don't we, on that photograph?
Well, I am delighted to tell you that Pat celebrated her 100th birthday on Friday. Friends and family flew in from all over the world for a big party, and this is her celebrating with her 4 grandchildren.
And 9 great-grandchildren, 7 of them with her there. And you can see more stories like Pat's, VE Day stories, on the BBC News website. Just go onto it and search for We Were There.